morning, ladies and gentlemen. Morning, could I ask you to come forward, please? Gentlemen, ladies at the back, please just come forward to my left here. Please join Brian in his customary position. All right. All right, morning, everybody. Welcome to the Jamaica Stock Exchange. Welcome to the persons joining us online. This is one of the moments that the Stock Exchange always looks forward to when we invite and welcome new securities listed on our market. Particularly happy today to welcome you to the listing ceremony for the VM Financial Group preference shares, 4 tranches. Am I correct? And we certainly are thankful for the continued partnership. And we welcome you all. I'm going to ask if there's anybody here visiting the stock exchange for the first time. I don't see many unfamiliar faces at all. So welcome back home, I should say. Yes. We always start our events with prayer. And I'm going to ask Mr. Jamar Pike, Corporate and Premium Relationship Manager at VM Wealth Management, to move the opening prayer.
Let us pray. Lord, we thank you for this special occasion as we gather to mark the listing of these preference shares on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. We acknowledge that all wisdom, opportunity, and prosperity ultimately comes from you, and we're grateful for the vision, dedication, and hard work that have brought us to this milestone. We ask your blessings upon this company, its leadership, employees, shareholders, investors, and all stakeholders. Grant them wisdom in their decisions, integrity in their actions, and courage in pursuing sustainable growth and innovation. As we celebrate this achievement today, help us remain mindful of the responsibility that accompanies success. May all endeavors represented here be guided by sound judgment, ethical leadership, and a commitment to excellence. We dedicate this occasion to your care
Morning. Thank you very much, Jamar. We now ask our Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Livingston Morrison, to come and do the official welcome and opening remarks.
Director of VM Group. Pleasure as always, Brian Fraser, Chief Our Chief Regulatory Officer, other members of the JSE team, members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is actually longer than my speech. It is indeed a pleasure to welcome you here to the Jamaica Stock Exchange. A real pleasure to be here with you today as we mark another important milestone for VM Financial Group Limited. This ceremony is not only about VM progress, but also about the continued growth and innovation taking place in Jamaica's financial market. We are here this morning because the Jamaica Stock Exchange continues to fulfill its purpose, which is to provide an efficient and transparent market for the issuance, purchase, and sale of stocks and bonds. At the Jamaica Stock Exchange Group, our strategic priority is the simultaneous widening and deepening of our capital market. We are committed to broadening participation, underpin the market. A wider market means greater access. It means more listings, more retail and institutional investors, and of course, more inclusive financial ecosystem. A deeper market means greater resilience, robust price discovery, diverse financial instruments, and the capacity to absorb capital flows efficiently. These twin imperatives are mutually reinforcing, and together they form the foundation of a capital market that can meaningfully drive Jamaica's economic development. Since the start of the year, we have launched the platform for trading government securities, and you will hear more about the micro market before the end of this month. Over the coming weeks and months, we will continue to process the process of engagement of our major stakeholders to build consensus around pursuit of the twin imperatives of widening and deepening the market. But today we're here to celebrate VM Financial Group's limited listing of 4 classes of preference shares on the JSE private market. As the first company to list on the private market in 2026, VM is once again showing leadership and confidence in Jamaica's capital markets. This achievement, ladies and gentlemen, also builds on VMFG's earlier 2023 private market listing, which helped to strengthen investor confidence and show that this platform can work well as a channel for raising capital. Today's listing continues that momentum. It also brings the number of securities on the JSE private market to 13, the total number of securities listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange to 182, which speaks to the market's steady growth and increasing diversity. At the heart of it, today's listing sends a strong message of confidence in VM Financial Group, in Jamaica's capital market, and confidence in the future of structured investment products. VMFG has continued to grow and evolve while staying grounded in strong financial principles. Its presence across multiple markets reflects a clear strategy to create more opportunities for investment and wealth creation. The JSE private market will continue to provide investors and issuers with a flexible and effective platform for raising capital and placing investments. VMFG's participation today highlights the growing importance of innovative financing structures within Jamaica's financial ecosystem. For investors, this listing offers access to structured instruments backed by a trusted institution. And for the wider market, it signals deeper participation and continued development. It also points to a bigger and brighter future, one of strong capital markets, greater financial inclusion, and wider economic growth for Jamaica and the Caribbean. Before I close, let me thank the leadership team of VM Financial Group, along with the advisors and regulators, for helping to make this achievement possible. And to our investors, thank you for the confidence you continue to place in this market. To VMFG, congratulations on being the first listing on the JSE private market in 2026. This is a meaningful achievement and a clear reflection of your leadership and vision. So today, ladies and gentlemen, it's about more than a ceremony, much more than a ceremony. It's a celebration of progress, a reminder that Jamaica's capital markets continue to grow stronger and more sophisticated. Thank you, and I wish VM Financial Group every success in the years ahead.
Thank you very much, CEO, for a good summary there of what we have been up to this year and what is to come. He spoke about the GOJ bond being listed on our platform and also more to come with the micro market. What it just reminds me is that partnerships and relationships is what really got us here. Nothing that the stock exchange has ever accomplished we do on our own. Very important partnerships. And today, VM is here in all their strength. And as I look at the executives here, I realize how long I've been associated with these ladies and gentlemen. It's remarkable. I mean, Rez, Brian, Courtney. Well, Melissa is only about 5 years, but you know. So I would say that's about 80 years right there. And if Denise and your chairman, Michael, was here and Sitara, that would be another 60 years on top of it. So really, the value of the relationships that we have built at the stock exchange is what continues to help us to support the market. And thank you for supporting us in these initiatives. Now we will ask President and CEO, Mr. Courtney Campbell, to come and move his remarks. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Andre. Always does an excellent job at this. A long-time friend. So, Managing Director of the Jamaica Stock Exchange, Mr. Livingston Morrison. And we should know that Mr. Morrison has been a long-standing director of the Jamaica Stock Exchange, previously Deputy Governor of the BOJ. He has done many things for this country. So he's a solid contributor to Jamaica's development. I really want to salute you for that and to congratulate you and your team on the launch of the platform for trading government of Jamaica securities. Well done. So that's kudos to the CEO and other executives and management staff of the Jamaica Stock Exchange. Good morning to you all. Director of VM Group and VM Financial Group and Chairman of VMBS, Mr. Brian Golson. Good to have you, Brian. CEO of VM Wealth Management and VM Investments Limited, and also wearing another hat, Director of the Jamaica Stock Exchange, Resworth Burchinson. Chief Treasury Officer of the VM Financial Group, Mr. Brian Fraser, colleagues, Melissa Foster, other colleagues from VM, or Jamar, Tiffany, Denise, seeing Denise somewhere around, where is she? Stepped outside. Dennis, and then our attorney, Luke Brown from Pattison, Mayor Hamilton. Thanks for your support, Luke. And all colleagues, good friends, good morning to you all. Good morning, everybody good? Yeah, this is a wonderful day for the VM Financial Group. And today we not only list our latest issue of preference shares, but we also celebrate the trust and confidence that our investors placed in the VM team. Our preference share offer, you heard Mr. Morrison, we invited the public to invest in $8.5 billion. And that offer was oversubscribed by 24%, over $2 billion. So we thank the investors for their tremendous vote of confidence, and we continue to work to honor that trust. Thanks to our team, Resworth Burchinson, and the team from VM Wealth Management, they arranged and sold this offer. So I want to celebrate VM Wealth's capital markets team, led by Dwight Jackson. Dwight isn't here this morning, but I'm compelled to highlight the work done by Melissa Foster, who blew up a storm in the offer. Brian kept talking about the tremendous work being done by Melissa. And of course, a team of wealth advisors, Jamar and the others in the sales team who did an excellent job. Amanda Collins-Madden provided leadership there as well. She isn't here this morning. But of course, the astute leadership of our group, Chief Treasury Officer Brian Fraser, and supported by his team, Andrew Williams, and the entire group treasury team. I want to say anything significant that you're going to achieve typically is achieved by a team. And we want to celebrate the teamwork that made that possible. So this preference share offer is one of a few key initiatives that we're pursuing to position the VM Financial Group for long-term success. We're aiming to build a stronger, more efficient, and more resilient VM, one that is capable of serving our members, clients, and communities even more effectively in the years ahead. We achieved reasonable progress in that journey in 2025. So the VM Financial Group recorded pre-tax profits of $1.64 billion, representing growth of 23% over the $1.33 billion achieved in 2024. However, when you look at our financial statements, you'll see that the net profit after tax actually declined to 1.229 because the results were because of the taxes in both periods. In one period in 2024, we had a tax credit. Last year, we had a tax charge, and there were no one-off gains in 2025. So we're very, very pleased with the core performance that we delivered in 2025. And importantly, those results were achieved despite one-off restructuring costs that were associated with our transformation efforts. Now, our performance was underpinned by growth across several key areas of the business. Net interest income increased by 23% to $8.06 billion. Our savings portfolio increased by $18 billion to $171 billion. Our funds under management grew by 8.86%, driven by strong growth in our pensions and wealth management businesses. The performance of the VM Building Society was particularly encouraging. It's good that the chairman is here, with pre-tax profit increasing by 69% to $1.32 billion. Now, this reflects the continued success of our revenue diversification strategy, including the growth of our credit card portfolio and the VM Business Services operations. Our VM money transfer business also reached an important milestone with the successful completion of its transition to a fully franchised operating model. All 7 Money Express stores are now franchised, paving the way for accelerated and more efficient growth as we go forward. Another significant achievement during the year was the attainment of investment-grade ratings for the VM Financial Group from CARICRIS. VM Financial Group was assigned a CARI BBB+ rating on the regional scale and the JMA and JMA- ratings on the Jamaican national scale, reflecting adequate regional and good national credit worthiness. The ratings recognized the strength of our market position, diversified business model, and our sound capitalization. In 2025, we advanced initiatives designed to simplify processes, improve productivity, and enhance the effectiveness of our operating model. We successfully completed phase 1 of our group-wide efficiency program, and we are confident that the benefits of these initiatives will become evident beginning this year, 2026, as we continue to improve how we serve our members and clients while creating greater operational leverage across the group. And speaking about serving our members and clients, in keeping with our commitment to convenience, accessibility, and consumer-centered service, we launched our group online onboarding platform in 2025. This innovation allows prospective members and clients to begin their relationship with VM seamlessly through any of our businesses: the Building Society, VM Wealth, VM Pensions, VM Money Transfer, thus creating a more integrated and convenient experience. Have we been investing in our people? Yes. We continue to invest in workforce capability, leadership readiness, and employee engagement across the group. We launched last year our Junior Professionals program and expanded leadership mentoring and development opportunities. And our service to the community we take very seriously. Our commitment to transforming lives extends beyond financial services. Through the work of the VM Foundation, we continue to support national development, youth empowerment, education, and community resilience. Those are our focus areas. But then Melissa happened. And in response to the impact of Hurricane Melissa, the VM Foundation quickly mobilized our team members and our partners to provide relief and recovery support to some of the hardest hit communities across the island. Assistance reached 24 communities and 4 institutions across 7 parishes through the efforts of 60 team members who volunteered. Overall, nearly 3,000 lives were impacted through our emergency response initiatives, and I really want to thank the team for how they responded there. The foundation also committed significant resources to long-term recovery, including support for schools, families, community development programs. We believe that we all have a responsibility to help rebuild and restore hope. So as we look ahead, the work undertaken during 2025 has strengthened us. We have improved our efficiency, we have strengthened our core businesses, we have enhanced our operating model, and we have continued to invest in the capabilities that will support sustainable growth for the future. We aspire to be an institution that creates opportunities, expands access to financial well-being, and contributes positively to the communities we serve. We aspire to be a trusted partner for our members and clients at every stage of their financial journey. So I close thanking you. Thanks to our members and clients. Thank you for the trust that you continue to place in the VM team. Thank you to our team members across the group and our partners. Thank you for your dedication, for your resilience, and for your commitment to excellence. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Courtney. Very comprehensive report on the activities of the group. And again, we congratulate the group on the work done and the work being done. We're here to celebrate today the listing of 4 securities, but I also noticed that you have another offer coming out shortly. So I am very, very proud and happy to see the activity of the VM. I don't know the last time VM has ever done anything that was not fully subscribed. It's a testament to the work being done. Everything you do is at least 100% subscribed in the last, for quite some time. Proud of you guys, thank you. All right, now for the ceremonial moment, which is the insertion of the strips on the board to my right. This will be led by the President and CEO and also Chief Treasury Officer. So Courtney and Brian, could I ask you and your teams to make your way to the right to join us to insert the strips. And I'll ask Mr. Morrison as well.
Can I leave this here?
Sure. So we're now going to ask Andre Tullo, Chief Regulatory Officer, the Regulatory and Market Oversight Division of the Jamaica Stock Exchange, to officially present the Jamaica Stock Exchange private market rules, which will be received by Mr. Brian Fraser. Please welcome Andre.
Thank you, Masters of Ceremony. It's always good to see the insertion of the strips. It's one of those moments that represents the rich history of the stock exchange. And I hope, although we're going electronic, that it doesn't change. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to share with you a phrase that I coined. And it goes, transparency is easy to speak about, but far more meaningful when it is voluntarily embraced. That is why today we must congratulate VM Financial Group for its commitment to transparency as the listing of these additional preference shares on the JSE private market was not required. It was a choice. A choice to provide investors with greater visibility, a consistent flow of information, and equal access to material information affecting the company. Good morning. Chairman, Directors and Management of VM Financial Group Limited, representatives of Victoria Mutual Wealth Management Limited, colleagues from the Jamaica Stock Exchange, distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to join you today as we celebrate the listing of VM Financial Group's preference shares, classes E through H, on the JSE's private market. Today's listing represents more than the admission of 4 additional classes of securities to the market. It reflects a continued commitment by VM Financial Group to the principles of transparency, accountability, and investor engagement. The JSE's private market was established to enhance transparency within the exempt distribution market by providing investors with timely, consistent, and equitable access to information. It creates an environment where investors can remain informed about the companies in which they have invested and where material information is disseminated on a fair and equal basis. Importantly, participation in the JSE's private market is voluntary. Companies conducting exempt distributions are not required to utilize this infrastructure. Yet once again, VM Financial Group has chosen to do so. Ladies and gentlemen, we must commend. It has to be. That choice deserves recognition. This is not VM's Financial Group's first engagement with the JSE's private market. In July 2023, the company listed its preference shares, classes A to C, on the market. Since then, certain classes have matured and have been delisted in accordance with their terms. Today, VM Financial Group returns to the JSE's private market with the listing of preference shares classes E through H. This continued participation is significant. In many respects, repeat participation is one of the clearest endorsements a market can receive. It signals that an issuer has found value in the platform and has once again chosen to place transparency and investor engagement at the forefront of its capital raising activities. At the Jamaica Stock Exchange, we firmly believe that transparency contributes to stronger markets. When investors have access to reliable and timely information, confidence grows. When confidence grows, participation increases. And when participation increases, our capital market becomes more vibrant, efficient, and resilient. VM Financial Group's decision to once again utilize the JSE's private market demonstrates leadership in this regard and provides an example that other issuers may wish to follow. As Jamaica's capital market continues to evolve, we encourage companies raising capital through exempt distributions to consider the benefits that participation in the JSE private market can provide to both issuers and investors. Today's listing reminds us that transparency should not be viewed merely as a regulatory obligation. No. Rather, it should be embraced as a strategic advantage, one that strengthens trust, supports investor confidence, and contributes to the long-term development of our capital market. On behalf of the Jamaica Stock Exchange and the Regulatory and Market Oversight Division, the regulatory arm of the Jamaica Stock Exchange, I extend sincere congratulations to VM Financial Group Limited on the successful listing of its preference shares on the JSE's private market. It is now my distinct pleasure to present the JSE's rulebook to VM Financial Group. While this rulebook symbolizes admission to the market, it also represents a shared commitment to the standards of transparency, disclosure, fairness, and good governance that underpin investor confidence and market integrity. Congratulations once again. May today's listing serve as a reminder that transparency is not merely something we speak about. It is something we choose. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as I present to VM Financial Group the rules of the JSE's private market.
Thank you for that very passionate presentation, Mr. Tolo. Well done. Thank you very much. All right, now we come to the moment. You heard how the reverence with which our CEO mentioned Melissa, both CEOs mentioned Melissa with some amount of reverence. In fact, that name has been echoing around the halls of the Jamaica Stock Exchange for the last month and a half or so. I'm surprised Mr. Tolo didn't mention it as well. Some team members thought she may have been a new manager working remotely. She's really put in a lot of work and gained a lot of fans down here at the Jamaica Stock Exchange for her dedication to this initiative. So I'd like to welcome Melissa Foster, Assistant Manager, Corporate Finance, to do the closing remarks. Please welcome.
Thank you. Representatives of the Jamaica Stock Exchange, Financial Services Commission, members of the board and management of VM Financial Group, fellow members of VM team, investors, shareholders, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today marks another important milestone in the evolution of VM Financial Group as we officially list the group's 2026 preference shares on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. This listing follows a highly successful capital raising initiative, which exceeded the targets. Now we heard the president quote it, right? We raised over 10 billion Jamaican dollars against our initial target of 8.53 billion. The strong response from investors reflects confidence in the VM Financial Group, its leadership, its strategy, and its long-term growth prospects. Importantly, this is the third successful preference share offer undertaken by the group in recent years. Together, these transactions reinforce VM Financial Group's position as a proven issuer, with demonstrated market demand, and highlight the strength of the VM brand within Jamaica's investment community. The listing of these preference shares is significant, not only because of the capital raised, but because it provides investors with access to a listed security backed by one of Jamaica's most established financial institutions. It also enhances liquidity for investors while supporting VM Financial Group's continued growth, expansion, and investment ambitions. As the lead broker for this transaction, VM Wealth Management is proud to have partnered with VM Financial Group throughout this process. Our role extends beyond helping businesses and institutions access capital efficiently, navigating complex market environments, and achieving their strategic goals through well-structured capital market solutions. This transaction also demonstrates the important role Jamaica's capital market continues to play in connecting investing capital with growth opportunities. Successful transactions such as this contribute to the development of the market, expand opportunities for investors, and support the growth of companies that are desirous of driving economic progress. On behalf of VM Wealth Management, I thank the investing public for the confidence shown in this offer, the Jamaica Stock Exchange and the Financial Services Commission, along with our legal counsel, for their continued partnership and stewardship of the market, and the teams across the VM Financial Group and VM Wealth Management for their hard work and professionalism. This contributed to the successful execution of this transaction. I extend congratulations to the board, the management, and the stakeholders of VM Financial Group on this great achievement. We look forward to witnessing the continued growth and the success of the group as it deploys its capital to drive growth and create value for its members and customers. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Melissa. Job well done. And Courtney will tell you the only reward for good work is what? More work. So, stand by, Melissa. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings to the end the ceremony. Thank you very much for being here, for participating and joining us here at the Jamaica Stock Exchange. For those online as well, thank you for joining us. We have some refreshments outside, and I'm sure there will be need for some more photo opportunities to mark this moment in history. So thank you very much, and please enjoy the rest of your day.